Today we are going to explore the summary of Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. What if I told you that the biggest threat to your success isn't your competition, your lack of skill, or even bad luck? It's something invisible, something living inside you, ego. It's the silent force that has destroyed empires, toppled leaders, and buried the potential of countless talented individuals before they even had a chance. And the scary part, most people don't even realize it exists until it's too late. Ryan Holiday's Ego is the Enemy reveals exactly how this hidden enemy works and how you can fight it before it fights you. Holiday explains that ego is not just pride or arrogance. It's the part of us that convinces ourselves we are already better than we really are, that recognition is owed to us before effort, and that humility is optional. It whispers, "I deserve this," or "I am untouchable." Confidence, by contrast, is built on effort, learning, and repeated practice. Many fail not because they lack skill, but because ego blinds them to reality and opportunity. Ego shows up at every stage of life. When starting out, it convinces us we are already special and don't need to work hard. When successful, it tells us rules don't apply, criticism is irrelevant, and we are untouchable. When setbacks come, ego refuses responsibility, turning lessons into bitterness. This is why so many promising people, companies, and projects fail. They are sabotaged by their own unseen enemy. History is full of examples. Napoleon's early victories were eclipsed by overreaching ambition. Howard Hughes's brilliance and innovation were destroyed by paranoia and obsessive self-focus. Even modern entrepreneurs and artists often fall into similar traps. Ego convinces them their vision alone is enough, and slowly their potential withers. But there is hope. Holiday emphasizes that ego can be managed. The key is humility, discipline, and self-awareness. Humility allows us to listen, learn, and grow even when success tempts us to stop. Discipline keeps focus on effort over recognition, skill over appearance. Self-awareness helps us spot ego before it derails our ambitions. The first step is understanding ego is natural. The second step is to rise above it, rather than letting it rise above you. This first part teaches a crucial lesson. Before true mastery, wealth, or success, confront the enemy within. Ego is patient, relentless, and invisible. But recognizing it and committing to growth lays the foundation for lasting achievement. Now that we understand how ego sabotages us at the beginning, let's explore what happens when we achieve success. Success can feel like freedom, like the reward for all your hard work. But success is also the stage where ego grows fastest, quietly creeping into decisions, thoughts, and actions. Holiday warns that ego at this stage is subtle. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It tells you that your past achievements make you invincible. It convinces you that advice, feedback, or criticism is unnecessary. It feeds the illusion that rules don't apply to you anymore. Leaders, creators, and entrepreneurs often fall into this trap. They start believing that recognition is owed, not earned. They stop learning, stop improving, and begin overestimating their own importance. Suddenly, humility and discipline, the very habits that brought them success, start to fade. History is full of cautionary tales. Consider the leaders who rose rapidly, but ignored warning signs. Their ego made them overconfident, reckless, and blind to risks. Some lost empires, others lost businesses, and many lost the respect of those who once admired them. Even in smaller-scale lives, ego can ruin careers, friendships, and opportunities. Holiday emphasizes that the key to surviving success is vigilance. You must constantly check yourself. Ask, am I acting out of purpose or pride? Am I making decisions for impact or just for recognition? Am I listening, learning, and adapting, or am I letting my past achievements define me? The most successful people understand that success is fragile. They treat it like a tool, not a trophy. They continue to work silently, practice humility, and focus on the process rather than the applause. Discipline becomes the shield against ego. Self-awareness becomes the mirror that shows when ego starts to creep in. Holiday shares stories of individuals who maintained this balance. They continued to grow, even when the world praised them, because they never let ego dictate their actions. Success without control over ego is dangerous, but success guided by humility, purpose, and discipline becomes unstoppable. This part teaches us that achieving goals is not the end. It's the stage where the battle with ego is fiercest. Recognizing ego's tricks, questioning your motives, and committing to continuous improvement is how you survive success. The difference between fleeting victories and lasting impact is often just one thing: whether ego rules your actions or whether you rule it. So far we've seen how ego sabotages us at the start and how it grows during success. Now let's explore the final stage: failure. Failure can strike anyone at any time, no matter how talented, disciplined, or smart you are. And when it comes, ego doesn't just hide, it fights back. It whispers that life is unfair. It blames others, circumstances, or the world for your setbacks. It convinces you that you are a victim, not a learner. Holiday warns that this stage is one of the most dangerous because ego refuses to let you grow. It makes failure personal instead of a lesson. Instead of adapting, learning, and moving forward, many people give up, dwell in bitterness, or lash out. Ego turns temporary setbacks into permanent obstacles. It steals the opportunity to build resilience, humility, and strength. But here is the key truth: failure is not the enemy, ego is. When we face challenges with humility, we can extract lessons even from the hardest experiences. We can improve, grow, and prepare for the next opportunity. Holiday shares countless stories of those who failed yet triumphed because they kept ego in check. They accepted responsibility, embraced feedback, and stayed committed to their purpose. Their failures became stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. The difference between those who rise after failure and those who remain broken is whether ego controls them. Ego says, "You were cheated, it wasn't your fault." Humility says, "What can I learn and how can I do better next time?" This simple choice determines the trajectory of your life. Ego can be defeated, but only if we recognize it at every stage. Aspiring, succeeding, and failing, Holiday teaches that ego is silent, invisible, and persistent. It thrives on recognition, fear, pride, and even our own achievements, The solution is constant self-awareness, continuous learning, and focusing on purpose over pride. Humility, discipline, and self-reflection are the weapons to keep ego in check. When mastered, they transform ego from a hidden enemy into a tool that fuels growth instead of destruction. Remember, the enemy is not the challenge, not the competition, not the circumstances. The real battle is internal. Ego lurks in every success, every failure, and every moment in between. Master it, and you unlock the potential to achieve true greatness. Ignore it, and it will silently destroy everything you've worked for.